I was a pretty average college runner for a really strong Division III program, but the people that I met and the information I gathered, I guess, were very important for helping me kind of get where I am in ultra running today. But it didn't take too long before I kind of gravitated towards an ultramarathon, and I did a 50-miler in Wisconsin called the North Face 50 Mile. It was a very, very eye-opening experience. I remember at mile 42, I saw a hill and I was thinking to myself, I can't believe the race director put that there. So what was he thinking? We're 42 miles in, he shouldn't have done that. I was fortunate enough to win that race, which kind of lit the fire for ultramarathon running in general. And by 2012, I was basically running year-round ultramarathon stuff, focusing all my training and peaking for ultramarathon events. I put a lot of effort and time into nutrition when I'm training. I think it's a big piece, just like sleep and rest, and the actual training itself is. And the other piece to nutrition is the recovery component of it. For me personally, just the fact that nutrition plays such a big role in that definitely pays off in terms of being healthy. When I got into ultramarathon running, I got into it the way I think most people do, and that was through the trails. In the United States, the trail running portion of ultramarathons is definitely kind of the more spotlighted one. At the time I was living in Wisconsin, so I was very much running on a lot of flat roads. But I still wanted to do the sport, so I had jumped in a few of the trail ultras before eventually signing up for a flat road ultramarathon. Later that year, I was really curious, and I got invited to an event called the Desert Solstice Track Invitational, which offers up a whole bunch of ultramarathon distances to chase records on. And it's on a 400-meter track, so it's as monotonous as it gets, but it's also as fast as it gets. So I went out there thinking, I think I can run under 12 hours for 100 miles. And at the time, the American record for 100 miles was just a shade under 12 hours, like 11:59. When you're running an ultramarathon on the track, the idea with your mind is to send it anywhere but the track. So the better you can get at kind of zoning out or kind of getting into more of a meditative state, the better you're going to be for it. One of the go-to phrases for 100 miles is you're not halfway until you're at mile 70 or 80, because those first miles just fly by, and then those last 20 to 30 feel like they're just dragging on and on and on. The day went really well. I was really consistent all day, and I ended up running 11 hours and 47 minutes. And then I didn't know it at the time, but there's also a 12-hour record that you can just see how far you can run in 12 hours. So the race director had told me somewhere around mile 90, he's like, based on your pace, I think you want to keep going when you hit 100 miles, because if you do, you're probably going to get the 12-hour world record. So I was able to get that as well, and I had ran the 12 hours, or I ran 101.7 miles in that 12 hours. One of the big positives with running is, for me personally, I think anytime there's something that you're passionate in, you should chase that. If you can wake up in the morning and do something that you're passionate about, that's huge, and I think that's a big step towards mental health.